All right, so let's start. I hope I'm audible. Uh, my name is Omkar Joshi. I'm course instructor for computational thinking, and I will be conducting today's live session. So whoever has a doubt, please raise your hand, and we'll go in that particular order. Yes, anyone? Okay. Yes, Kajari. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a doubt on the this is a palindrome thing that was told by professors.
Mm-hmm.
This concept I'm not able to get it when in the video lecture. And I have one
Okay.
more doubt, just
Mm-hmm.
a second, and that is in the activity question 5.6.
Okay,
This is
sure.
also regarding to the palindrome thing.
Okay, fine. So hold on. Let me share my screen first. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. So can you repeat the question number? I will tell. I mean, the concept of
Yeah.
palindrome is standard, but I mean, I will explain that, and then followed by I will also explain what exactly is happening with that lecture or that question. All right.
Yeah.
So can you tell me the
Yeah,
question number?
5.6. Activity question state.
5.6. Yeah. Okay. 5.6,
Yeah.
right? Okay. This is the question number. This one, right?
Yes.
Okay. So typically, what is palindrome? Okay. Given any string, we can write that same string in a reverse order, right?
Yes.
So for example,
Madam,
the
that's
word, let's say thinking, right? So the same word can be written in reverse order, like GNIKNIHT, right? In
yes.
that, I mean, exactly in opposite order,
Yes.
correct? And if we write that in opposite order, and even after that, if original word and that reverse ordered word, if both are matching, then it's called palindrome.
Yeah. That thing I know,
Okay,
but the concept, the
that you know.
programming concept, I'm not able to get it.
Okay, okay. So with respect to this question, you mean to say you're not able to understand, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in general, that's palindrome. Now let's see what is happening in this particular Sudoku. So what we are doing, let
I'm just
explode W.
interrupting once. Thinking is not
Yeah.
a palindrome, right?
Thinking is not a palindrome. Correct. It's not a palindrome. Okay. So should I continue?
Yes. Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. So what is happening is we have written, I mean, just have to assume that there exists a procedure called explode, explode, which accepts a word and returns a list of characters of word W in the same in the word. For example, if this the professors have talked about
Your voice
in
is
this lecture,
breaking.
right?
I didn't
In
know this is
lecture
from my side
6.
only or not.
Okay.
The voice is breaking.
Yes,
Yes, sir, your voice
okay,
is
it's breaking now.
breaking.
Hold on. Let me uh, are you ready?
Yes, but little bit still.
Okay, it's still bad, huh?
Now it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So as I was talking about this particular procedure, which I just have to assume that this procedure exists. I mean, it's not given as part of this pseudocode, but there is some procedure called explode, which accepts a word as an input and returns a list of all characters in that word as output. Is that part understood?
Yes.
Okay. So with that,
Hello.
so I accepted a word W, and
I'm
yeah.
not able to hear you, sir. His voice is breaking so much now.
Maybe it's a issue. Maybe we'll try once again later. But right now, is the question available in front of you? Is it in front of you on your screen?
Yes, in my screen, I have that question.
Okay, okay. So I will not share my screen and increase the load on the network. So maybe I will try it again later on. But right now, let me explain without sharing my screen, and you just refer the question on your side. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll explain with line by line. I will also mention which line and so on. Okay.
Yes.
So we are discussing for others, if somebody joined late, we are talking about activity question 5.6, question number 2. Okay.
Yes.
So two,
Not a single word is understandable. So, sorry. Not able to hear you.
all right. So is it better now?
Yes. Hope so.
Okay. So am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So what I was talking about is in line 2, we have right, capital L.
Capital L. Yes.
Yes. So what is that capital L? Capital L is a list of all the capitals W.
Okay. Yeah. All the words, all the letters in that word.
Correct, correct. And now what we are doing is we are iterating over, we have written a while loop, right, in line 3, which says length of L is greater than equal to 2. So whatever, whatever the length of L is there, right? So we will keep executing that loop until that particular, till the point when the length goes below 2, right?
Yes.
And that length will be initially some number, and we will that number will keep changing as we do some processing inside that while loop. Okay. Then with the help of these two special functions called first and last, we are extracting the first character and the last character of that word.
Right.
So first of L returns what? First character or the first element of that particular list L, which is ultimately the first letter of the word. Then last of L returns what? Again, L list, last of any list gives the last element of the list. And in this case, last element of the list is last character of the word. Right? So that's ELE1 and ELE2. If the now at line number 6, we are comparing these two characters, ELE1 and ELE2.
Just like here, T not equal to G.
Yes, correct. So T not equal to G with respect to this thinking word, right?
Yes.
So now as we know T and G are not equal, that means we can return false.
Right.
And we can say, oh, these are not, the word given is not palindrome. Right? And in order to say a word is not palindrome, we don't have to do the entire iteration. We can stop immediately. We find at least one character which is not matching. Correct.
Sorry.
T is not matching with G.
G,
I don't
right,
have to
right.
continue this process. I can stop immediately because I know
Immediately.
it doesn't matter whether the remaining characters match or not. The first character is not matching. That means it's not a palindrome. Correct.
Right.
So as soon as we find a scenario where the characters are not matching, we return false. Okay, and we say the given word is not palindrome. Correct.
Right.
But on the contrary, for example, let's say some other example, the word example itself, right, where first letter is E and last word letter is also E.
Yes.
It's not a palindrome, but at least first and last characters are matching.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So in such a case, our condition in line number 6 is false.
Yes. No,
That means
true. False means not the that's mean return is true.
Yeah. I mean the letters are matching, but condition is false.
Right.
Right? So that means
Right.
we will not execute line number 7.
Right.
Then we are supposed to execute line number 9.
Okay.
Correct? That is
Yes.
how it will work.
Yes.
Yeah, in
Got
line
it.
number 9, in line number 9, what is happening? We are recomputing value of L.
Yes.
We are taking rest of L. What is rest of L first? First tell me what is rest of L.
Rest means when we take the first, the other things are called rest. Just like
Yes,
here T,
means
except T, other things are rest.
correct. So
Okay.
entire list, remove. You take the entire list and remove only the first element. That is rest.
Yes.
Right? And
Yes.
from that list, now I want init of that. Now what is init?
Except G, then we can the H to N we can take here. Okay.
Correct. So init of rest of L will delete the first element and the last
The last
element.
element. Yes.
Correct. So the
Yes.
updated list is from H to N.
Hmm.
Now with that, we will again go to line number 3. That is length of L greater than equal to 2. Yes, it is still greater than equal to 2.
Yes.
Now once again, ELE1 is first of L, ELE2 is last of L.
Yes.
And we will
Now they
continue the
compare H
process.
and N, the computer. Okay. And the question is palindrome will return true if
I'll come to that.
Okay.
Now consider a string which is palindrome. Let's say a string, the popular string which is madam. Okay,
Madam.
MADAM, right? Which is palindrome.
Right.
We know that. So now if we continue this process, in the first iteration, we will compare M against M. Right? And then because of that line number 9, both M's will be removed.
Right.
Then in second iteration, we will compare character A with A.
Right.
Now, because of line number 9, both A's will be removed. Now the list contains only one character, which is D. Now at line number 3, when we say length is greater than length of L greater than 2, this condition fails because now length of L is 1, right?
Yes, the condition fails. Okay.
Correct, the condition fails. That means entire while loop terminates there.
Yeah, because only one character.
Yes, only because of one character. Then after terminating, where is the terminating, the closing bracket of while? At line number 10. So after that, we are supposed to execute line number 11, where we will return true.
Okay.
You're understanding?
Yes, I'm getting it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So same thing will happen with any word which is palindrome.
This thing, the return will be true only when the while loop will break.
Terminates. Yes, when entire while loop executes and because length goes below 2, the while loop terminates and then we return true.
Okay.
But return false, we don't have to execute entire while loop to return false. As soon as we find one non-matching characters, a pair of non-matching characters, we immediately return true and we stop the procedure. Right?
Right.
Understood?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay.
That's
Sure.
clear.
Thanks. Sure. That's all, Kajari, right? No other doubt.
Yes, yes. From for now.
Okay, sure, sure. If you come up with some other doubt, please raise your hand again. I will come to
Oh,
you.
sure, sure. Thank
Sure.
you.
Yeah, thanks. Next is Kamlesh.
Hi, Omkar. Thank you. This is
Hi.
Kamlesh.
Yeah.
I'd already made the query on my doubt in this regard. You already replied on that. It's regarding
Okay.
the practice assignment question number 3 and 4,
Okay.
where we had this first and last. There was a doubt on that question number. Try to.
Okay. Okay. I already answered. I mean, while explaining Kajari, your doubt was clear, right?
Yes, yes,
That's
yes,
what you're saying.
yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to provide you any explanation, or was that
No, I could
sufficient?
understand on that. And moreover, there were
Okay.
quite a few similar questions on which are available with solve with the instructor. A similar one were available.
Okay. Okay. You're talking about this question, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Just an hour ago or so, I
Yes,
shared a
yes, you replied.
screenshot where the entire evaluation.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
True.
Was that was enough, right? I mean, that was clear enough.
Yes, yes, yes. That was clear. But my request is if you can put few more questions like this where it will be easy to
Mhm.
practice actually.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Sure. So.
instructor has talked about this particular subject, but not many questions on this to give a try, right?
Okay.
So maybe if you
Yeah,
can have.
sure, Kamlesh. So, in fact, the concept which we are covering in week 5 is list, right?
Yes, yes,
And we know that students find the sub concept of list bit tough, and it's very
yes.
important concept, and that's why week 6 also we will be talking about list only.
Okay,
So we have dedicated entire 2 weeks to one
okay.
single concept, which is list, for
Oh,
a
okay.
very reason that we understand it's a bit tricky, it is a bit
Yeah,
tough.
because if the list
Yeah,
had single elements without
yeah,
pairs, it was easy to understand. But with pairs and
correct.
with triplets, it was a bit
Yeah.
tricky to understand it.
Yeah, absolutely. We truly understand, and that's why we thought, I mean, dedicating 2 complete weeks for this concept is required, and even keeping mind what all courses you are supposed to do after this, right? In all those courses, list will play will be a major factor. So considering that this will be the case, and anyway, we'll see what we can do about more questions and other things.
Thanks, Omkar. Thanks.
Sure. Thanks. Okay, so next is Sakshi.
Yes, sir. Actually, I had a doubt in the same question as Kajari had.
Uh-huh.
So on that one, just a second. I think it was right here. Mm, that was just a second. This one. Assignment 6, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's activity 5.6.
yeah. So, sir, over here, my question was that let's say after this entire, let's say we get all the values true. Let's say the word is a palindrome.
Mm-hmm.
And we reach the when we are done with the while loop, but then we are
Correct.
just then met with a state. No, not this one, sir, not this one.
Okay.
The activity 5.6 and the last one.
Yeah, the last one, third one, right? This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, sir, here the issue is like when we try to follow the pseudocode at the very last line when it says return false. Like
Mm-hmm.
here we are changing the value to we are setting it true, but in the end, while we are done with the while loop, because the while loop states that you have to complete the entire procedure. There is no way to break the loop once you found that the values are not coming out, like the elements 1 and 2 don't match, so there's no way to break that.
Correct.
So even if we like
Yes.
complete the
So
loop and then
as per code, yes, as you have said, that's correct. As per this code, there is no way to break it.
yes.
That's correct. So we will end up completing the entire while loop, and only will return false.
No, sir, that is that I understood. But at the end, then there's this line of
Okay.
return false. So regardless whether the word is a palindrome or not, I'm going to get false either way, right?
No, that's not the case. See, the way doesn't have this idea or this one. See, as soon as, I mean, this is with respect, not with respect to palindrome in general, the concept of return statement. As soon as return statement executes, the procedure execution stops.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So, I mean, for example, I mean, this over here, as soon as line number 7 executes, the entire execution of while loop, execution of procedure stops, and flow goes back to the original pseudocode.
Yes, sir. So,
Okay.
so then, sir,
So
here
if
the
yeah,
answer for that one, the last one, the third question in activity 5.6, the answer should have been false, right? In that case.
the one last one or which
No,
one?
sir, the last one, the last one. Do
The
something,
last one, right? Yeah.
yeah. So if the elements are the same in this,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah.
the
But
elements
the
are same.
problem of
Yes, I also
yeah,
have the same doubt. I forgot to mention that.
Exactly.
correct. Because this is not a palindrome code.
Yeah.
The
So,
problem over here is we are EL1, EL2,
sir, you,
and as soon as we find at least one character matching, we are returning true.
sir, your voice is breaking.
There is 2 I in
Okay.
between. In that it returns true.
Okay, I'll tell you. Can you share, I think, some issue on my side when I share my screen? Sakshi, can you share your screen so that I can explain?
Okay.
Is that okay?
Okay, got it. Just a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it visible? Hello, is this
Not
visible?
yet.
Yeah, visible.
Yeah, it's
Yes, now it's visible.
Yeah, so
yeah, it's visible.
so here
It's visible.
in this
Okay, so Sakshi, I'll continue.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah, so you are going to continue, right?
Yeah, continue. I mean,
Yeah.
finish your doubt.
Yes, sir. It's going to when you said that the statement will stop right here if it was true, but here in this case it's showing false, so it's not matching. So it will keep on repeating. Okay, got it. So even if it's not a palindrome, I'll get true. I got it.
Yes, because this is not a procedure to find palindrome. This procedure, I mean, it's not, I mean, it doesn't have any meaning to be honest. But what is happening is we are comparing character by character, right? So our T will be compared with G, right?
Oh, okay, I got it. Because since we are not even finished the loop, that's why.
Yes, so the
Okay.
loop is not finished. So what is happening? T and G are not matching. Okay, fine. That is fine. And because of that, line number 6, the condition in line number 6 will not be true. We will not return anything. But then line number 9 will be executed. L of init of rest will be executed. And we will again start the loop. And this time, ELE1 and EL2, ELE2 will be H and N respectively. H and
Yeah.
N, right? Then again, H and N are not matching. We will not return true. Again, line number 9, L is equal to init of rest of L. Once again, those elements are removed. Now, once again, we start with line number 3. Now, what are the values of ELE1 and ELE2?
I and
Both
I.
are I and I. And this is the time when ELE is equal to ELE2 in line number 6. And we return true.
Okay, so the code itself is not correct.
No, I'm not saying the code is correct, but this code is not written for palindrome.
Okay.
This code will return true even when we find at least one pair of matching characters.
Okay.
So as soon as we find our first matching characters, right, we are returning true. And when we do not find even a single matching pair, that's the only place we are returning false. So for this particular word thinking, it is returning true.
Okay, sir.
Because the I are matching. The I is third from left and third from right, right? Those two characters are matching.
Okay.
Whereas if you, let's say that particular word, triples, right? The word is there, triples.
Hmm.
For that word, there isn't even a single character which is matching, right?
Okay.
So for that kind of a word, we will return false. The procedure will return false.
Okay.
So it depends on the word. We have to continue with each and every word and compare. Then we can say it is true or false. Right?
Correct. Correct. So this
Okay.
that's what. So this particular procedure, it depends precisely on what the input is given and what is the sequence of characters in that particular word. Because this is not palindrome.
Yes.
That's why the procedure name is also do something. I mean, it's doing something, but it's not palindrome. Whereas the question 2, we are computing palindrome. So I'll tell you, I mean, this is general thing. I mean, this is with respect to pseudocode now, but now I will explain you why we have phrased these two questions. What was the thought process behind framing these two questions immediately next to each other, right? One after the other. See, the idea which we want to teach you over here is not palindrome is something you can figure out immediately. As soon as you get at least one non-matching character, you can return false. But you cannot do something, you cannot do that with palindrome. You cannot write return true inside while loop. Because if you return true inside while loop, you will end up with that last question, right? The third question. Can you scroll down?
Oh yeah, just a second. Okay, this
Yeah.
yep.
So yeah, as soon as you return true inside a while loop, you end up with something like this. So you will get true even though the word is not palindrome. The word thinking is not palindrome, but still you are getting true as the answer, right? Because this code, I mean, for palindrome, if we consider this code with respect to palindrome, then it's incorrect,
Okay.
right? So what we are trying to teach you is with respect to general programming, I mean, in CT, we will not ask you to write any code, but from Python onwards, right, you will be writing blocks of codes on your own, right? And that is the place where you should remember this part, that if you are writing any program, first you have to understand what you will return inside a loop and what you will return outside a loop, right? I mean,
Okay.
what conclusion you can derive immediately and what conclusion you can derive only at the end of the execution. So a string not being palindrome, this conclusion you can derive immediately. As soon as you find a pair of characters which are not matching, you can immediately say it's not palindrome and can you stop there. But you cannot conclude a word being palindrome unless and until you iterate on every character in that word. And so that conclusion can be derived only at the end of that loop, which is outside the loop. That's why return true has to be outside loop, whereas return false, it can be inside the loop. Are you understanding this? If you do understand, it's good. Otherwise,
Yes,
let
sir.
it be. It's slightly advanced. Anyway, we'll be learning this afterwards in Python.
No, sir, I got it. I understood.
You got the point, right?
Yeah.
So same thing. I mean, if I give you a number and if I ask you whether that number is a prime number or not.
Yeah.
Okay. In order to tell me whether the number is prime, you will have to do a lot of checks.
Yeah, I
To
have
make
to.
sure the number is prime or to make sure number is prime.
Yeah, I'll have to start with
But
2.
yeah, you will start from 2 and you will go up to at least half of that number, right?
Yeah.
But if you want to conclude that the number is not palindrome, just have to find at least one number which is perfectly dividing it.
Yeah.
You don't have to, check all numbers. For example, if I ask you, tell me whether number 10 lakh is palindrome or not.
Palindrome or prime?
Sorry, not palindrome, my bad. Whether it's prime or not. Number
No.
10 lakh.
No.
No. You were able to conclude that immediately. Why? Because number was divisible by 2.
Yeah.
Correct? So
Yes.
not palindrome, this conclusion can be derived immediately. On the contrary, if I give you some number, let's say 10 lakh 1.
Yes.
10 lakh
1.
1. Now, can you tell me whether it's prime or not?
Not right away. I won't be able to tell it immediately.
Exactly. Correct?
Yeah.
But because, I mean, I'm not sure, but I think it's prime. And if it's prime, you have to check, you have to divide that number with various different possibilities. And then if you fail to get some dividing number, then only you will conclude it's prime. right? So you have to do a lot of computation in order to find a word. The word is so a number is prime, but not prime. You can do it, just with one division. So that's the same logic applies here with this thing, palindrome and non-palindrome.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
understood?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sure. Thanks, Akshay.
Sir, can we write this pseudocode? We write this pseudocode
Uh-huh.
of the palindrome before with not equal to ALE not ALE1 not equal to AL2. Is it possible to write this pseudocode with ALE1 equal to ALE2?
Okay, yes, it is possible, but then we'll have to use take help of variable, a flag variable.
Yes.
So we'll keep that variable. We will have to make it true when it matches, and we'll have to keep. If it stays true till the end, then only we can return. My point is, we cannot write return statement immediately over there. We have to keep some flag variable
Okay. Then
which
if
continues.
flag is true and else flag is false, then if flag is true
Correct.
to hold the programming, then that is palindrome.
Correct. So we'll have to use an extra variable in if you want to take that approach of equal to. So it's
Okay.
possible. Only thing is, see what I'm trying to tell you is return true. The return statement with true value cannot be inside while loop. It has to be outside. That's my point.
Okay.
Okay. No matter what you do, if it is inside while loop, then the code is incorrect.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, because you can derive that conclusion only when entire while loop terminates, not before that.
Hmm. Now I get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I have one
So,
more query, if you don't mind.
so if is it regarding this or some different
No, some
question?
different thing. This is
Okay, so
regarding.
Kajari,
Oh,
then
yeah.
let me give chance to
Okay,
others. I
sure.
will come back to you.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Thanks. So Ansh.
Sir, activity question 4.4 question 3.
Okay. Is it in front of you? Can you share your screen?
Yes, sir. Just
Yeah. Please go ahead. Sorry for this inconvenience. There is something going wrong on my side. As soon as I share my screen, something going wrong with the audio. So today, I think we have to continue this in this manner.
is this visible?
Yeah, it says Anshtuba is starting to share content, but I'm not able to see anything. Anyways, just tell me the question number
Oh, question number 3.
of.
AK 4.4.
Okay. Q 4.4. Okay, this question I've explained earlier many times. So, anyways, okay. So it's
Sir,
regarding
so
how
I
many.
think
Yeah. Yes, Ansh, go ahead. Hello. Hello, Ansh. Hello. Hello, Ansh. Hello. Okay. Hello. Hello, Ansh.
I think got disconnected.
Oh, he got disconnected, huh? Okay. So Ansh, you are on mute. No, it's still here. It shows that he's in the meeting.
Hello.
Ansh,
Hello.
yeah. Yeah. Am I audible?
Sorry. Yes, yes, sir. I lost connectivity.
Okay. Fine, fine. So, anyways, I think that screen sharing has some issue. So let it be. Don't share the screen. I will tell you. I will explain you the question. Okay. Anyway, there is no code involved, so there
Yes,
is nothing to be shared. Right. So you are
yes.
talking about how many pairwise comparisons do we need to make if each object is compared with every other object exactly once, right?
Sir, no, we distribute the 20 objects into bins of equal sizes. How many bins should we choose?
Okay. So you're talking about question number 3.
Question 3.
Okay. Question 3. All right. I'll tell you that. Okay. So we have 20 objects. And we are supposed to
Yes,
divide this into 20 objects into how many bins? Into
yes,
bins of equal sizes, right? And
yes,
what the given condition is, the number of comparisons should be minimum, correct?
yes, yes,
So with respect to binning, the comparisons happen only within a bin, right? Not across bins.
yes.
So what is minimum number of comparisons? The least number of comparison is 1.
One.
Right. I mean,
Why
what
one?
is minimum? What is less than one comparison? No, right. What is the most minimum is 1.
Okay, yes.
Right. Minimum is 1. And that means there should be one comparison. There will be one comparison in a bin. And that is possible only
Oh,
when we
okay,
have two elements in a bin.
okay.
And if there are 20 elements, and if you want two elements in each bin, that means we should have
19.
10 bins, right?
Okay, yes, 10 bins.
Yeah. So that's the idea behind it.
So,
So
but
in
if we
order
have
to
19
achieve,
bins,
yeah,
then also it could be right?
what 19 bins? How? Because we want equal elements, equal amount, equal number of elements in every bin, right?
Yes,
With 19 bins, how that's possible? We
okay,
have
yeah,
20
there would
elements. We,
not
we
be
should
equal
have a
distance.
number of bins at least. I mean, that's obvious that the number should be divisible. I mean, the number should divide 20 equally, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
okay. So, but if we have 20 bins, then there would be no comparison. No, then it should be zero. The minimum
Yes,
number could be.
correct. Correct. That's also it's a valid question. Now, first, I mean, can you first tell me why this binning is there? I mean, why we are studying binning?
To reduce the number of comparisons required
Correct.
for the
But if we don't do
for
any comparisons at all, that means there is no processing happening. Will we be
yes.
able to achieve the our purpose? The goal is to reduce
I
comparisons,
mean,
but
we could, as if we want,
okay,
we could, right?
let's take that same example. We are trying to find that same birthday paradox example from the lecture, right? We are trying to find the matching
Yes, yes,
the students with same birthday. Okay, and there are
yeah,
30 students. What if I put every student in different bin? There won't be any
hmm,
comparison happening.
yeah.
How will I
But
achieve my
then,
goal?
but we would have achieved our goal as we had matlab, disproved the birthday paradox, because there would be no person with the same birth date, as there is
Yes.
only one person in every bin. So we
Correct,
could
but
prove our
but
point.
actually, if you look at the data, there is matching birth date, right? That means whatever we
Yeah,
are proving that's invalid proof, right? Such a pair exists, but our pseudocode is proving otherwise. So that's also wrong, right? See, ultimately, motive is to reduce comparisons, but not
yeah.
without failing to achieve what we are trying to achieve initially.
Okay.
Okay, see why we are trying to reduce the comparisons to improve the performance. Okay. In
Yes,
general,
yes.
what is happening is when number of comparisons goes down, that means our execution is faster. That means performance is improved. But in order to improve performance, we are not doing any processing. That's not a valid thing to do, right?
Yeah,
You're getting my point, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So keeping that the initial motive in mind, we should reduce the comparisons.
So means there
Here,
should be at
here,
least mean we should be having
yes,
comparison.
correct. I mean, comparisons will be there. Without that, there is no execution, and without execution, you cannot
Okay,
derive any answer. So the
got it, sir.
comparisons will be
And
there. Only thing we can reduce that number up to certain extent. Again, not beyond that.
yeah,
In this case, if it's not explicitly mentioned what those 20 objects
yes,
are
sir.
referring to. It's a generic question. So we can say, okay, 10 bins is the good strategy. But for example, it is again with respect to birth dates, right? Then 10 is not a good idea. Then we should have 12 bins each for each month. That's the best policy
Month,
when we're
yeah,
talking about birthdays.
yes.
Right. So it
Got
depends on the ultimate objective.
got it, sir. And question 5.
Okay. Same activity.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the doubt in question 5?
I think the answer should be yes, we could.
Okay. Let
Can you,
let me
Because
read the question.
can you share your screen?
Yeah, I think there was some issue today while sharing screen. As soon as we share screen, the audio is giving some troubles. That's why today we are avoiding sharing screens. So who's that?
Ritik, sir.
Yeah, Ritik. So we are talking about activity 4.4, question number 5.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I can do one thing. I'm putting the question statement. Anyway, there is no pseudocode involved, so no issues. I just posted the question statement here in the chat. So if you're unable to access the portal, you can read from the chat. All right. Anyway, I'm explaining it. So what is happening in this question, Ansh, is, so we want to find the number of pairs of students who satisfy both the conditions given below. Okay. Both students in the pair have same total marks, and both students do not belong to the same gender.
yeah,
So we want same total marks but different gender.
yes,
And this is what this is the pair which we are looking for, the matching pair, right? And now the binning strategy
yes.
is, now we divided the students into two bins, one which contains boys and other which contains girls. So what happens is we have two bins, one for boys, one for girls. Then the comparison will happen within boys and another comparison within girls, right? Then how our
Yes.
second condition will be satisfied? Second condition says what? We want total marks to be same but different gender.
Oh,
That condition will never satisfy, right?
I misunderstood the question. I got it.
Okay, sure,
Yes. Thank, thank you, sir.
sure. Thanks. Yes, Ramandeep. Ramandeep. Hello, Ramandeep, you are not audible. If you're facing any issue, you can post your message in the chat, maybe.
Hello.
Yeah, Ramandeep. Yeah, now you're audible. Go ahead.
Sir, I have doubt in activity 5.6.
Okay, activity 5.6. Question number?
Sir, all the question I am not able to understand, sir.
Okay, all the question. Huh? How many are there? Activity 5.6.
Yes, sir. 3 questions, sir.
Just now. Okay, just now we finished discussing question number 2 and 3.
Okay,
I
sir.
mean, in this very live session, we started with question number 2 and 3, and that's what we discussed.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so that's something you refer back. I will explain you question number 1.
Okay.
Question 2 and 3, you can refer it on YouTube. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So let's talk about question 1. Is it in front of you?
Sir, I have to share the screen.
No, I think there is some issue when there is screen sharing is going on. So don't share the screen. The question is visible in front of you, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I will explain without sharing. So we are talking about activity question 5.6, question number 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the given, let's read the question first. Okay, let L be a list. Okay, L is a list. And we know what is length of L, we know what is last of L, and we know what is init of L. I hope you know these three functions, length, last, and init.
Yes.
You know those?
Yes.
Or do you want me to explain?
Sir, I know.
You know, okay. So now let's start with the pseudocode. Is there any part in this pseudocode which you are not able to understand, so that maybe I can explain that specific part, or the entire pseudocode is the trouble?
Sir, entire pseudocode.
Okay, sure. So we start with line 2, while length of L is greater than equal to 2. So this particular while loop, starting from line 2 to line 10, this is the while loop. It will execute until the point the length of L, right, is greater than or equal to 2. As soon as this length goes below 2, we stop the while loop, correct? Yes. Now, at line number 3, we are computing ELE1 as last of L. So whatever the last of L is, right? L is a list. Whatever the last element of that list is, that is our ELE1 in first iteration, correct? Right. Then we have another variable called initial list, right?
Yes.
And in that initial list, we are storing what? Initial list is a variable which is assigned against init of L. What is init of L?
1 and
What is in init of L?
after removing the last element, the remaining are
Correct. So entire list after removing the last
last.
element. Correct. So that whatever that list is, that list we are storing in this initial list variable. Okay. Now we are computing ELE2. What is ELE2? It is last of
Initial.
initial list. So what is ELE2? ELE2 is actually the second last element of original list, correct?
Yes.
And ELE1 is the last element.
Okay.
Correct? ELE1 as per line number 3, no, ELE1 is the last element.
Yes.
And ELE2 is the last of initial list. So ELE2 is actually the second last element, correct? Is it clear? I mean, till this point, Ramandeep?
Yeah, sir, clear.
Okay. Now then, and line number 6, we are comparing whether ELE1 is less than ELE2. Okay. That means ELE1 is last element and ELE2 is second last element. And we are comparing whether last element is less than second last element. If that is the case, we are returning false.
Yes.
Okay. If last element is less than second last element, then we are returning false.
Sir, if statement is true, we used to return true.
Not necessary. That's not the case. It's not mandatory that we should return true only. We can return false. We can return whatever we want. Yeah. There is no restriction on that.
Okay.
Okay. So in this case, what we are saying, if ELE is less than ELE2, that means last element is less than second last element, we are returning false. Okay.
Yes.
And if that is not the case, we simply continue, right? We continue with L is equal to initial list. So the value of L is updated. Now this is initial list. Now initial list, we already computed that, right? If you remember, we have already removed the last element. Now that we are copying to L. So this particular execution will continue until the length of L goes below 2.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So forget about everything else. Can you tell me when this return false will be executed?
Sir, I have one doubt.
Okay.
Sir, ELE2 is not greater than ELE1.
Correct.
So sir, then return 2 will be executed.
That depends on the input, right? You are considering a specific input. For a different input, it might be true, right? It
Yes.
might be greater. See, you consider this input, I believe, 146, right?
Yes.
So for 146, we return true, correct?
Yes, sir.
What if the input is 164?
Then if is true statement.
Correct. So if it's true and we return false, correct?
Yes.
And that is why what is the correct answer of this question? Elements of marks list are in ascending order. So if the elements are in ascending order, we are returning true. As soon as the ascending order is broke somewhere, that means this ascending order is not followed anywhere. That's the point when we are returning false.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Thanks. Ramandeep, that's it, right? No other question?
Just only this doubt.
Okay, okay, sure. Thanks. Yes, Kajari.
I just want to say that the concept of a list of pairs and triples, can you please explain once?
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
So, let me see. Share something. Okay, is this particular whiteboard visible?
Yes, visible.
Okay, great. Something is shareable. Okay, so what I am saying is too big. Okay. Okay, so what I'm doing is now let's first consider a plain list, right? Element 1, maybe a 2, maybe I have a variable A, maybe variable C, maybe a float. Okay, so that's my list, right? 1, 2. I mean, this is a bit shaky, but try to understand what I'm writing.
Yes,
1,
sir.
2, A, C, 1.2. This is my list. Okay.
Yes.
But now this is a plain list. Okay.
Mhm.
Now I will show you what is a list of pairs. Okay. List of pairs is nothing but a simple list.
This
But
is list
inside
under
this
list.
list, yes, it is list inside list, but that
Mhm.
inner list should has maximum length, which is 2. So for
Okay, is that
example,
only for city thing? That's why even saying pair, triple.
yeah, I mean, it's more for understanding purpose, right? We can always create a list of any size. There is no such
Yes.
limitation as such. Even in CT, there is no limitation. We will be
Okay.
creating list of different sizes also. There is no
Mhm.
limitation, but this particular thing has many applications. Okay. If we create list of pairs or if we create list of triples, it has many applications. For example, let's consider this. I create a list where I am writing a number and its square. So 1 and its square is also 1.
Mhm.
Right?
Yes.
Now, second pair,
2 and 4.
2 and 4. Correct? And so
Correct.
on.
Hmm.
I can do this for as many pairs as I want. So
Oh.
this ultimately it is list of list only, correct? As per
Hmm.
general programming standards.
Hmm.
But the point is this list of pairs has many applications. I mean, it will be useful for various different, I mean, you can store data in this form for various different purposes. For example, I can store a roll number and your name
Hmm.
easily, right? It ultimately it's a list of lists. but the pair will provide you more meaning to it. Okay.
Okay, but the roll
Let me-
number and name, this is kind of indexing.
Yes, it's kind of an index thing, but you can always create a list out of it, right?
Okay.
Yeah, or maybe role a name and let's say a subject marks,
Okay.
right? So all sorts of these mapping is possible when we do this list of pairs.
What is
So
the
for every
utilization of
person, we can.
this thing?
Sorry.
What is the utilization of this concept? I'm not able to get it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to tell you. So for
Okay.
every inner list has maximum size, which is 2, correct?
Yeah.
And because of that limitation, we can always, map various data elements of one person or one object into a pair. Right? And that constraint allows us to for example, if you open it like general list of list, there is no limitation on how many elements will go inside that inner list. Right. And because
Yes.
that limitation is not there, one can store 10 elements in one list, maybe just one element in another list, and so on. So the processing wise, there is inconsistency. But when we put this constraint, okay, I am creating only list of pairs. So because of this constraint, you have to put 2 elements, exactly 2 elements, not less, not more, in every inner list. And that provides additional structure to your data. Okay, so as I said, depending on your requirement, you can utilize it. Sometimes you want that unstructured thing when every inner list is of different size. Sometimes that is required. That time you can use that. Sometimes this is helpful. So you go ahead with this. Sometimes you, instead of combining the three parameters, you want instead of 2 fields, right? You want 3 fields. Then you can use that tuples thing, right?
Yes.
Triples, a list
Yes.
of triples. For example, I want number, it's square and it's cube.
Okay.
Then instead of this list of pairs, I can use list of triples. Still, it is list of list, no doubt about that. But because we have put this additional constraint on size of inner list, that gives us additional advantage.
Because there is some restrictions, some constraints is there.
Correct. So sometimes that benefits us. Sometimes it's not a good idea to have that constraint. So as per our requirement, as per our application, we can decide which one to use.
Okay. Is this concept also used in Python?
Yes, it's there in Python, but there is no, a precise way to put that constraint. So in Python, we cannot create a specific list of pairs. Python
Yes,
will
that's
not
the
provide you any way to do that. But of course, it also depends on how you create a list, right? Python will not stop you from creating all inner list of size 2.
Yeah.
So you can
Was there
create
any
it.
specific use of this list in Python or not? That's an ask.
Yeah, see, it doesn't matter whether it's Python or any programming language. Ultimately, your application, for what purpose you are using it, that purpose, if it serves in a better manner, then irrespective of language, it should help you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the point.
So this is the only thing we are taking a pair or are taking 3 thing in a list under list.
Correct, but
List, right?
ultimately it is still list of list. No doubt about that.
There is nothing
Okay.
else in it.
Yeah, nothing else. It's not a new concept. It's just same concept of list with some additional constraint on it to make it more useful, or a modified version of it for some specific application.
Okay. And if this thing is L, then we can display this thing L1 of 1. Then we can see the one that as a normal thing, just like a normal list.
No, that's not how we are doing. We do things in CT, right? If I want to accept this, sorry.
The first and last concept we have to use.
Yes. So for example, I want to access this one. It should be first of L.
Okay.
Because originally, this is my L, right? So what is first of L?
First of L is 1, 1.
This pair, right? 1, comma 1. So when you do
first
again
list.
first of that,
Hmm.
that will give you this one, right? So first of L will give you this one. What if I want to use this 2?
These two, this is L2, and then first. Then that's mean rest of first.
That means
Rest is 2, 4 and all, and
yes.
the first is 2, 4, and then the first is 2.
Correct. So it will be 3 levels, right?
3
Rest
levels.
of first of first.
First. Yes.
Correct. So now you got the point.
Yes, I'm getting.
See, the advantage of doing
Hmm.
this is when you know exactly what is the size of the list, you can access element only by using first or last. Otherwise, if I
Yes.
create list of list, in order to access some element of inner list, you'll have to write another loop.
Hmm.
Right? Now I
Yes.
can access this 4 directly. How can I access this 4 directly?
Directly, that's mean rest
Huh?
of last,
No, rest of
rest of first, and then the last.
correct. I mean, it will be other way around. The way you write it, you have to start with last, then first, and then rest. But anyway, what you're saying is correct.
Hmm.
So this is possible. How you were able to say last only because you were sure that length of the inner list is 2.
Yes.
If that information is not known to you, you cannot say last.
No. Then I have to
Correct?
search.
Correct. That's why I'm saying it depends on application. Sometimes giving this additional constant is actually helpful.
Yes. Now I
Okay?
get it. Now I get it. Because in the I was confused the what this is. I thought this is very critical thing, but now I get it.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
Sure. Thanks. Okay. Yeah. Sakshi.
Yes, sir. The question 5.2, like activity question, second, the fourth question.
Okay. Hold on. Activity question 5.2.
Question number 4.
Okay. Question number 4. Okay.
Yeah, so my query in this question is that when we are like appending one list to the other, in this case the issue here is this L2 equal to X list means X in within the list and then adding line 2. So my question is, if we are updating list 2 and we are first appending the number 13, so and my answer shows me option D, that's the 94, the last uh, number comes first, like the order is reversed. So how did it how is that the answer?
Okay. Sure. So what is happening is the order in that particular statement is important. I'm talking about line number 1, 2, 3, 4. Where I mean the line which is inside for each loop. Okay. The order after equal to sign, it is in bracket that square bracket x plus L2.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
That means first you take element and after that you append L2.
Yes, sir, got it.
If you reverse that order, if you write L2 plus bracket x, then original order will come as it is.
So that's how I did not understand.
Okay. Now is it clear?
No, sir.
No,
How?
still not clear. Okay, fine. Okay, what I'm trying to tell you is, okay. Hold on. Just give me a minute, okay, Sakshi?
Okay, sir.
Again, open the whiteboard, but it's not open. Uh, So anyway, I think there is again some issue. Not able to. Is this whiteboard visible?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir, visible.
Yeah. Okay. So what is happening is, let's say we have this list, and numbers are 13. It's very tough to write. Okay. And then again another 35. And then 67. Okay, let it be. Just three numbers. Okay, I mean, same thing applies irrespective of whether 3 or 5 or 500 numbers, right? And then we are calling it this as, let's say, L1. And same thing, whatever we are doing there. Okay, I'm doing that same thing. And then there is L2. Okay. Now try to understand this. I mean, for that loop I'm not writing, I'm directly writing a statement and I will explain you. So what is L2 is? L2 is it's in bracket. We have written X and then plus plus are L1, right? Sorry, L2. The second list. This is our statement in the loop. So what is the first value of X?
So it would be 13.
It will be 13. I mean, I'm referring to that same, right? So X is 13. So it is 13 plus plus L2.
Yes, sir.
So what is 13? So what is 13 plus L2?
It'll be an empty. It will
Why?
just be 13.
See, L2 is empty and
Yes, sir.
X is 13. So there are these two lists are there, the plus plus operator there. We can merge those together, right?
Yeah,
So
it'll
the
be still
append is
13.
possible. So the final answer will be,
Still 13.
this is our final answer, right?
Yes, sir.
13 inside a list.
Yes, sir.
So this is my current updated value of this thing.
Yeah.
Of L2.
Yes, sir.
Right now, next iteration. Okay, as per now, next iteration. What is the value of X?
Now it's 35.
Now it is 35. Now, let me remove this also. Okay, now this is X is
35.
35. I mean, and as per this, it is in a list plus plus. What is the origin? What was the previous value of L2?
13.
13 in a list, right?
Yeah, 13 the list.
Now what will be the calculation? What will be the value of L2 here?
Okay, got it. I understood.
That's why I said the order is important. Now it is 35 plus plus 13.
Okay, so means in the order, if you write 35 first, then it will be written first in the list.
Correct. So because it is 35 plus plus 13, 13 is appended toward the right of 35. And because of that, the list will look like 35,
Comma 13.
13.
Okay, sir. Got it.
This is because of this particular statement.
Okay, because L2 keeps getting updated, that's why.
L2 you are appending on the right hand side. If I instead of this, let's say if I modify this and write something like this, L2 plus plus, and in bracket I am writing appending X. Now it will not be in reverse order. Now it will be in original order like 13, 35, 67. Because if in such a case, this particular statement, right, this particular statement will not be 35 plus 13. It will be 13 plus 34, 35.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Right?
Yes, sir.
You understood the why I am saying sequence is important for this plus plus operator?
It's because it decides where to append.
Correct. It decides whether it gets appended on the right hand side or left hand side.
Okay, sir.
I mean, towards the end or at the beginning of the list. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. Thanks. Okay. Next is Abhinav.
Hello.
Yes. Hi, Abhinav. Tell me.
Hello, sir. Hi. Sir, in the same activity, question number 5.
Question number 5. Okay. What is the doubt there?
I could not able to understand, sir.
Okay. So the feedback is there. I mean, the detailed explanation is there. Have you read that?
Detailed explanation is there.
Yeah, it's right there. I mean, just click on check answer button.
No, sir, there is no explanation. It's there.
No, no. Click on check answer button.
Yes, yes, I did so.
And then can you see below that something called as feedback?
Sir, there is no feedback.
There is.
There is no feedback, sir. Right now,
Okay,
it has opened on my screen.
Okay, I mean, it's on my screen, feedback is there, but okay, anyway, there might be some issue. Okay, anyways, I'll explain you what is happening over there. Okay. So according to you, what was the correct option?
See, like you just explained the above question, na, sir. I could not able to get that also. So I wanted to that, but now I understood what is happening.
Okay.
So in that, see, I don't want to say that I knew I clicked something, but it didn't, it was not right.
Okay. 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 Fine. So, but now you have understood this question, right? Whatever I
Yes,
explanation
yes.
I just noted.
Yes,
Because
yes.
this is very critical in order to understand this question number 5, right?
Yes, yes.
It's interlinked. Okay.
Yes.
So let's try to see what is happening in that question.
Yes.
Okay. Once again, I mean, I will try sharing once. If it works good, or else we'll have to stop again. But okay, I'll try. Is it visible? I'm
Yes,
audible.
yes, absolutely visible, sir.
Okay,
You are
so
audible.
just stop me as soon as my there is some, if there is any issue with my audio. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So if let's say A is this list and B is this
Yes.
list, both are
Yes, yes.
same from 1 to
Yes.
5.
Yes.
Index A is 0, that means it's an integer variable. C is
Yes.
another empty list.
Yes, yes.
Right? Now we
Yes.
have for each x in A. So value of x will go from 1 to 5.
Value of A,
X.
value of X will go from 1 to 5.
1
Right.
to 5. I mean, every iteration it will go from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4,
Yeah.
4 to 5, right?
Yes, yes.
Now index B is 0. That's another integer variable.
Yes, sir.
Now for each y in B. So again, the value of y will go from 1 to 5.
Yes.
But for every x, value of y will go from 1 to 5.
Sir, for each y in B, for each value of y, the value will go from 1 to 5.
1 to 5, correct.
But then you said
we
something.
are checking what index of A is equal to index of B.
Yes, matches, whether it is matches with B or not.
Yeah, if it matches, then we are doing some computation.
Yes, yes.
And then irrespective of that, we are incrementing value of index B and then index A. Index B is inside inner loop and index A is inside outer loop.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, sir.
What does this mean? Whenever index A and index B are equal, then only we are doing some computation. Otherwise, there is no computation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? So what is the
Yes,
initial value of index A is 0.
Yes, sir.
Index B is 0. That
Yes,
means
sir.
they are matching.
Yes, sir.
So as they are matching, we should do this. What is and when they are matching, what is the value of x? 1. What is the value of y? Also 1.
1, 1.
Okay, so both are 1.
Yes,
now
sir.
we are doing z is equal to x plus y. What is
Yes,
z
sir.
now?
2.
1 plus 1, 2.
Yes, sir.
Then C is equal to C plus plus in bracket Z.
Yes, sir.
So C is, what will be the value of C?
It will be 2, sir.
It will be a list inside which number 2 will be there, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. It will be a list inside. Yes, sir. Got it.
Yeah, correct.
And
So,
we
so
will
far-
iterate. We will iterate, and like it is the list that are going to come. We will append it on right hand side, the new list
Correct.
after iteration.
Correct. So that part you understood correctly. Now index B is incremented.
Yes.
Now it becomes it will become 2.
Yes, sir.
Now an index A stays as it is, as 1, as 0, right? No, sorry, it will become 1. Index B will become 1.
Index B will become 1.
Because of this line, right?
Yeah,
Index
yeah,
B is
yes,
equal to index
yes,
B
yes.
plus 1.
Yes, yeah.
And you again start. What is the next value of Y? 2.
Yes, sir.
But they will not be equal because index A is still 0.
Yes, sir.
Because this line will execute only after
after this.
termination of this inner loop, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this index B will become 1, it will become 2, it will become 3, it will become 4, but it
Yes,
will
sir.
never be equal to index A because index A
Yes,
is
sir.
still 0,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes,
So
sir.
that means no computation will happen for this inner loop.
Yes, sir.
Then this inner loop terminates, index A becomes 1.
Yes, sir.
Now once again we
After
start.
5 iteration, it will terminate and then it will become 1.
Correct. After 5 iteration, it will terminate. Then in a index A becomes 1.
Yeah.
But now again index B, we will again start from 0.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes,
Because
sir.
of
Yes,
this
sir.
line.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now again it is 1 is equal to 0. Not
Zero.
matching.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Not matching.
Not matching. But
Yes, sir.
then index B will become 1.
Index B will become. Yes, sir.
So the 1, 1, they will match.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just hold on for a second. Okay, so 1, 1, index A and index B matches.
Yes, sir.
And at that point of time, what is the value of X and Y?
At that point of time, what is the value? X and Y.
For X, it's a second iteration, so it will be 2.
Yes, sir.
And for Y also, index B is 1, right? So definitely it's again second iteration value
Yes,
is
sir.
2.
Yes, sir.
So X plus Y, 2 plus 2, Z
2
is
plus
4.
Yes, sir.
So what is the updated value of C?
4.
4. No, not
Yes.
4. Updated value of C. C plus plus Z. Earlier C is a list with value 2 in it, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
If
sir.
you remember.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it's 2 plus plus, 2 in a list plus plus 4 in a list.
Yes, sir.
So it is 2 comma 4
Yes,
now,
sir.
right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So same thing will continue. You
Yes,
did
sir.
what? 1 plus 1, 2
Yes,
plus
sir.
2. Then
Yes,
you
sir.
will do 3 plus 3, 4 plus 4, 5 plus 5. And that is why
Yes.
answer is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
You understood, right? I mean, later afterwards, you
Yes,
sit
sir.
with pen and paper and try to
Yes,
do
sir. Yes, sir.
all the numbers, but this is the general idea behind this pseudocode.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got it.
So what is happening is because of this index A and index B,
Yes,
only the elements at same location, at same index, they are
Yes,
getting
sir.
added.
Yes.
So the first element from here is added with first element from here. Second
Yes.
element from here is added with second element from here. Third
Yes.
with third, fourth with fourth, fifth with fifth.
Yes.
Okay.
Got it, sir. And sir, one more point I'd like to discuss. It is not related to this 5 activity because today only I have started working on it. There is one pseudo code in practice assignment 4 and question number is 5. I just want to know one thing about it, that when it was a question of 2 students, they both are having marks in a range of 10, and who is going to mentor whom. So in that question, there was one point that which student will come after or before. I could not able to understand that. Could you help me with that?
This one, right? Practice assignment, question number 5.
Actually, your text is quite small. The following.
Okay, can you repeat the question? I mean, question
two
number.
students were there.
No. It's practice assignment number 4.
Practice assignment number 4.
Yes. Question number 5.
School data set. The difference between the mathematics and most intent. Yes, sir.
Is
Yes,
this
sir.
the one? This is the one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Each student will come. Student difference between mathematics. Who's going to mentor? There was a word mentor. Probably, but you can help me with that. Probably it looks like same.
Okay. Maybe can you spend a minute or so and find out exactly which question number? Maybe I can.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay,
Okay. Just
give
go
me a
through
minute.
it. Find out
Yeah.
the exact question where you're struggling. I will explain with that. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks. So in meantime, maybe I can take questions.
Yes, sir.
from
Sure.
somebody else.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, sure. Thanks. Just raise your hand again as soon as you find the question, okay? So that I will know. Okay. So in meantime, is anybody else having any doubt? Yes, anyone? Any doubts? No doubts? All set for the qualifier or quiz 1?
Hope so, sir.
Okay.
I want to ask one thing. I gave
Yeah.
qualifier of city. I gave qualifier before quiz 1 because
Okay.
last time I didn't take the city. So this time I take the city. So the quiz 1 score is best of 2 or the only one this time score will count.
Okay, so you're saying quiz 1 score will be taken from previous term or this term, right?
Yeah, I gave qualifier once. Then I didn't take the city. That's why
Correct.
I'm asking.
Okay. And I'm not sure that what it will be, but usually it will be new one or best of 2. Either of 2. I mean, this is something you have to ask to support team, the operational support team. I mean, they will have
I have to
better
mail.
understanding of this.
I have to mail them to know the answer, right?
Yeah. Just email to them or just call them during office hours.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Or maybe just do one thing, post it. I mean, you can post it this query on the forum also. I mean, you are a term student, right? So you are on discourse, right?
Yeah.
So you can post it on discourse, and maybe I'll check with them and get back to you.
Discourse, I never used it before.
So it's a good opportunity to use it for first time.
Yeah.
Okay, just like a forum. Okay, just like a forum, but it's not a
And
Google forum. It's just a different type of a forum. That's all. It's
and where
actually more
from I access it?
on portal. You see the link called forum?
Forum I know.
Yeah, just click on that forum. It will open discourse only. I mean,
Okay,
now you are a term student, so for you it will open discourse. For qualifier student, it opens the Google forum, the same link.
Okay. Now I got it.
Yeah, okay. So just post a query there. I will get back to you with more detail. I mean, that will be faster because support team, you may not get a response that quickly because they are overwhelmed with these emails. So yeah, so just post it there. I mean, I'll get back to you.
Okay. Thank you. I will do that.
Sure. Thanks. Maybe you just tag me so that you'll also get a notification of the same, so that I will not forget.
Okay, that will
You
be better.
can tag me. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Kachari. Okay. Anybody else? By the way, have you found the question, Abhinav, right?
Hello, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, a few days back it was explained to us on live YouTube, so I could able to find that link and timestamp.
Okay.
But that one particular point I was not able to understand. So can I share that YouTube link with you and timestamp also?
Yeah, that's fine, but the question is there on portal
Yes, sir.
itself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then just tell me the question number. No, I will explain.
सर पोर्टल पे वो क्वेश्चन है नहीं सर. दिस ऑन 1 hour 45 minute पे वो क्वेश्चन है.
The question is not on portal.
यस सर. एक्चुअली मैं वो पीडीएफ शेयर नहीं किया था हमसे.
Oh, this is solve with us. No, solve with us of week 4.
Solve with
Then
us.
it is
हाँ.
there. It is there on portal.
Madam
Okay.
was saying
Anyways,
that
yeah,
okay.
I'll also show you where it is. But yeah, anyways, let me share. Okay. So do you see portal?
Yes, sir.
So on week 4, do you see the last unit of week 4? It's called Solve with us week 4. And
Okay,
that's
okay.
where those slides are.
Okay, okay.
So you can click on that and just join using your ID, and
Okay.
it will show you those slides. Now, do you remember which question number it was?
Yes, sir. It was question number 3.
Okay, question number 3. Problem 2. This is directly problem 4. That is problem 3. Okay. I think there is some numbering issue, but yeah, anyways.
This one. This.
Is this the one?
No. Question number 3 was there. Written. वो इतना जल्दी scroll हुआ ना, I could not able.
Okay. Hold on. I'll be able to see it. Question number 3 है नहीं.
No, sir. Question number 3 is not visible.
It's not visible, right?
Yes.
But it was discussed during live session.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The link I will share with you. In that on timestamp, 1 hour 45 minutes. It was there.
Okay, fine. Then let's go with that link. Okay, 1 hour?
45 minutes.
45 minutes. Now another, this might be an issue because there will be another load on the network.
Sir, actually 1 point I could not able to understand.
Yeah, I understand. But today there is some major network issue. It's not taking any heavy bandwidth. That's why share screen wasn't working. Now at least that one is working, but the video is not loading. I don't know what's the issue. We stop sharing, maybe video might load. Can you share screen? Is that possible?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, let's save time by doing that.
Sir, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I'm able to see. Yes, go
Then
ahead.
this, are you able to see the question?
Yes, I'm able to see the question. Go ahead. Tell me what was the...
The given pseudocode is executed using source dataset student X. Can mentor student Y. If can see the thing is how they are saying that student Y comes after student X. How I could able to understand what is happening. But the point is why they are saying that student Y comes after or Y comes before. How this thing is happening.
Okay. See, in a table, all the rows are in its order, right?
Yes.
I mean, there will be row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, so on, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Every time we are reading X first. I mean, if you observe line number 3, read the first row X in table 1. So the top, I mean, initially the topmost row will go in variable X.
Topmost row will variable. Okay.
Correct. Then in second while loop, we are again reading the first row Y in table 2.
Y in table 2.
Sorry, in table 1.
In table, exactly. No?
So that Y will be second row of table.
Y will be second row of table. Y will be second row of table.
Because we have already moved X to table 2, right? So we read
after
that
reading
we
first, after reading first, we have moved it to table 2.
Correct. And then we are reading the top, I mean the first row of table 1 again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So X was what? X is what? X is first row and Y is second row. I mean, in from the original table.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Correct. This part is clear.
Yes, sir.
So with this particular logic, if you keep continuing to do this, X will always be the previous row. I mean, Y will always be the row coming after X, no matter what.
Y will be the row coming after X. Okay.
All the time.
Okay. Yes, all the time.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
I don't know. I mean, why this is important with respect to this question, but this in general, that's the idea. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now
In tutorials, they have.
Yeah, okay. So let's see what is happening in this particular pseudocode. Read the first row Y. Okay, then move. That's also fine. Diff xy is equal to x dot chemistry minus y dot chemistry. So difference is computed x minus y. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And if that difference is I mean 10 is less than equal to diff of x, so it should be greater than or equal to 10. And also less than equal to 20. So the difference of xy should be somewhere in between 10 and 20, right?
Okay, okay.
If it is between 10 and 20, then a is incremented, and other way around, difference is also computed, which is y dot chemistry and my y dot chemistry minus x dot chemistry.
They are saying who can mentor.
Yes, yes, yes. So if that is the case, then B is incremented.
Yes, 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 sir.
And what will A represent at the end of execution? Right?
Yes.
And A will represent what?
A will represent number of study pairs.
Number of study pairs. X comma Y. Where?
X comma Y.
Where?
Where Y comes after X.
Yes, correct. See, what that study pair means over here is, okay, listen, read that last line again from the statement. We call it X comma Y a study pair. Okay.
Yes, 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 sir.
What is that X comma Y study pair? I mean, when we call X comma Y study pair, that means who's, what we call it. I mean, it's not actually about mentors. It's about study pair. Nobody is mentoring here.
Okay.
See, there are two concepts which we have studied in lectures. One is mentoring and another is study pair. That means they both I mean, none of them have done anything, well enough to mentor somebody else. That's not the case. Both have the marks difference between them is between 10 and 20. Right?
Yes, sir.
So none of them is a mentor actually. That's why, I mean, that's the point where you are getting confused, and I mean, initially I also got confused that why you're talking about mentor, right? See, student X can mentor student Y if this is between that particular range, right? That's what we are talking
about.
Yes,
sir. Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
X can mentor Y.
Yes, X can mentor Y. Yes, sir.
And when we are calling them study pair, and in that point, the person with higher marks, we are putting first. When we write X comma Y in a bracket, right? Opening bracket, yes, X comma Y. Then yes, in such a case, who got more marks? When I say X comma Y,
X
got more marks.
Yes, sir.
Correct? And
yes, sir.
At that thing we are checking with this comes after X and before X.
Okay.
Okay, that point is important, because see, when we say, okay, the number of study pairs X comma Y, that part is correct.
Yes, sir.
But when we talk about that, there is no way to tell who got more marks, because when X gets more marks, we are incrementing A.
A.
But when Y gets more marks, we are incrementing B.
Yes.
But
Yes, sir.
this question is only with respect to A.
Okay. Yes, sir.
With respect to A means what? X must have got more marks.
Okay, sir. Okay.
And that is what that is the difference between option B and C. Who got more marks, X or Y?
Got it, sir. Got it.
Got it. But if I ask, if instead of A, if I ask to with variable B,
yes, sir,
then it will be other option.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Understood? Because in that case, Y should have got more marks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it's not more towards. I mean, anyways, it should have been framed in a better way. I understand, but you understood it for now, right?
Got it. Got it, sir. Got it.
Okay,
Got it.
sure. Great.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank
Sure,
you.
thanks. So this is solve with us, okay? And these slides
Okay.
are available on the portal. I'm not sure why that problem 3 is not visible, but ideally that's the case. So these slides are uploaded on the portal, so you can access them there as well.
Okay, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, sure. Thanks.
Ma'am.
Yeah, you can stop sharing.
Yes, sir. Stop sharing.
Okay. Anybody else? Any doubt? We have another 20 minutes left. So, yes, anyone? All right. So in general, one feedback from my side, I'm very happy that students are asking doubts from week 5. I understand that for quiz 1 or qualifier, the syllabus is only till week 4, but still you are studying week 5. You are going to submit that graded assignment. I think today is the deadline, I believe, right? No, today is deadline for week 4. So even week 4 deadline is not yet crossed, but still you guys are studying week 5, asking doubts on week 5. That's really a good sign. So I'm really happy to see that you have doubts from week 5. So that's an appreciation from my side. But in general, any feedback from you guys? You must have looked at least first 4 weeks of content, if not fifth one. Anything where you think we can improve, any more material we can provide, or anything which we can change in order to help you better?
If possible, any few more questions can provide for that week 1 to 4, so that we can practice and be more confident about that.
Okay. More question anyway. We'll be in the upcoming week. We will be having one mock based on all 4 weeks combined.
Yeah,
So it
but
will be exactly
it's like
it will be
graded
mock
question, just like
for
graded assignment. It's like one to more question like mock or graded assignment from 1 to 4, covering 1 to 4, so that before mock we will be more confident. Okay, we can do this.
Okay. Let's see what we can do with that. Actually, there is some limitation with
Practice
number of
assignment is
questions we
also
can create.
okay.
Yeah.
Just like more
Okay.
practice assignment.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Actually, what happens is, to be honest, right, it is very easy to create questions in math or stat. Just change the number and you get a new question, right? But with CT, that's not the case. I mean, you have to sit and think hard logically to create every question. I mean, of course, we can change some small value, but that doesn't have any impact on the logical part. And that's what we are trying to check here, right? That earlier question where we asked, that list thing, the 13 and 36 and 35, some numbers were there. We can change those numbers, but logic remains same, right? So it's with CT, it's not that easy to create new questions, and that's why there is some limitation on number of questions on our side as well. Specifically when with respect to first 4 weeks, when we have not even covered some advanced concept. So we'll see what we can do. But anyway, I mean, as I said, the mock is something I can promise that it will be happening in coming week, in a week which is starting on Monday. So in that week, we'll be having one mock. We'll announce the schedule when it will be happening and all those details. And it will be time mocked. Okay. So
Time mock.
yeah, it will be a time mock. So for your practice, see in exam you should also get that practice, right? The time solving questions within the given time, because for graded assignment usually you get 10 days.
Yeah.
that doesn't give you that that continuous pressure of time running out,
Yes.
which will happen during exam. So we will be running
Actually,
one
when the
time mock.
questions are so big and so much thing on the written, that
Yes,
makes
yes.
nervous.
Exactly. That's why we want to give you that feel of exam, and that's why it will be a time mock. It will be opened on the portal for specific duration, and you can take that mock during that duration. If you miss it later on, the same questions will be available, so you can solve them later as a practice assignment. But that feel of exam will not be there later on. So please do take that mock during the prescribed time, and we will make sure it will be in the evening. So even though if you have maybe some other work or you have other college or some other commitment, you will be in a position to take it in the evening. So will provide you reasonable slot in the evening.
Yeah. And it will be better if IIM can provide that at timings 1 or 2 days prior so that we can
Yeah, definitely. We will announce that well in advance.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So and will be also, I mean, conduct revision sessions for quiz 1. So there will be at least 1 or 2 revision sessions targeted towards preparation of quiz 1. So in that session, we will come up from our side, we will come with some slides or some questions based on first 4 weeks, and we'll try to revise all 4 weeks for you, so that it will be a better opportunity for you to study and do a quick revision of 4 weeks. So that's also we will be doing in upcoming week.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Anything else? Anybody wish to share their thoughts? Any feedback? Anything?
Hi, I need some doubt here. But in this exam, we'll ask only for this all what I say now. Theoretical also is coming or only for this calculation kind of question will come?
Sorry, Senthil, can you repeat what you said? Your voice is bit low. Can you be a bit louder?
See, generally for statistics and the mathematics and all coming for the calculation method of questions, correct?
Yes.
We are facing for the calculation based on the question. But
Correct.
in CT, is a theoretical also coming or only the side of mathematics also coming?
No, not mathematics. Whatever you are typically you see in graded assignments, right? Those kind of questions will be there, nothing else. So it will be purely based on pseudocodes and some questions with respect to pseudocodes. That's all. So entire question paper of CT will be like that. Questions based on pseudocodes. Senthil, does that answer your doubt? Okay, I think you lost connection or something. Okay, anybody else? Yeah, thanks. Okay, if no doubts, nothing from your side, then we can stop the session. Okay, thanks everybody for joining.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good night. Bye everyone.
Thank you.
Good night, sir.